We are here at the Resurrection Pass Trailhead north down by Hope, and we're about to take our bikes with their trailers fully laden with stuff over that bridge, up the trail, up to Resurrection Pass, and go stay in a public use cabin. We've never done this before. We've done a little bit of training, as you might have seen in the other videos, but we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, wish us luck. Well, the first mile or so of this trail is not awesome. It's pretty rocky. There's some pretty squishy mud, at least this time of the year. In the fall, a lot of wet leaves and slippery wet rocks. So pretty slow going. Very very challenging for a novice bike packer. That's not looking good. We're 1.25 miles in. We're averaging less than 2 miles an hour. It's a 15-mile ride. We left at about 8:15, and so if we were able to sustain that pace, it would be, 8 hours probably before we get there, taking breaks and stuff. Some of these hills that we're coming up, like this one behind me, the camera won't really show it, but they're pretty steep, like steep enough that I can't physically pedal up it, and actually even pushing the bike up the hill is pretty physical. And then there's the question of riding back down these hills in the wet with the heavy load in the trailer. It really puts a pretty heavy tax on the brakes. So you can't really brake with the front wheel much, because the risk of washing out the front wheel on the slick mud is pretty high. You don't want to go over the bars, and without the front brake, you don't really have that much braking authority on a bike. So the rear brake is going to just be dragging the rear tire, and I don't know. It's not looking great, but we'll keep going for a bit. We'll see if we can make it. That right there is a big bear print. His foot there is as long as mine. I don't see a lot of prints, but I think I see more up there in that mud. So there is a bear that is or has gone the same direction as us on the trail. Head on a swivel. We have suffered a catastrophic mechanical failure on her bike. This rear derailleur has failed. It snapped, and then it twisted. It went into the spokes and twisted. So now we absolutely have to turn around. It's just a question of figuring out if I can make this somewhat viable for riding back out the 2.5 miles or whatever we've just ridden in. I don't understand how this thing failed, but it's just this piece of plastic, this top part of the derailleur snapped. Maybe it's just old, I don't know, but I've got to figure it out. So this is absolutely catastrophically broken. I can't even if I could twist this whole mechanism back into shape, this idler sprocket in the derailleur is broken. There's pieces of the sprocket that are missing. It should be round like this one, not squared off here. So this derailleur is no more. It's twisted in such a way that the chain isn't riding correctly on the rear cassette, and this bike is out of commission. It needs a whole new rear derailleur, and yeah, that's done. So time for us to go walk back the 2.5 or whatever miles back to the trailhead and pick something else to do this weekend. Well, overall, we tend to be pretty lucky in general. Our life is not too bad. It's, a lot that we have to be thankful for. And we've decided to accept this failure as a sign that what we were doing was something we should not be doing. And we're going to turn around and go back and do something else. Sometimes you just have to listen to what the universe is telling you. And this is one of those times. Well, we've switched bikes. I'm kind of coasting, half riding hers now, so she can just ride mine, since mine still works. and it's it's definitely slow going. I've managed to get it to where, at least on the flat, I can pedal just a little bit, just to kind of keep moving forward slowly. Downhills I can coast, which is nice, but I'll have to walk every uphill because there's just no way to put power through it. It's in like one of the high gears on the rear cassette. So anyway, we're slowly finding our way back to the trailhead. Well, we're back at the trailhead, the bridge over the Resurrection Creek, and I guess we're going to go ahead and pack up and get back to the camper and figure out what's next. But that's going to be all I've got for you on this video. Maybe we'll get some highlights from some other stuff along the way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.